Good morning, FOB. Hope you're okay, or good late morning. But at least I'm getting these off before noon now. Noon my time. How you doing? You all right? Look around you. Things good? Are you at work? Well, are you working from home? Are you got a roof over your head? You got food? Is everybody in your family healthy? Good. Good. Then there's no reason not to put a smile on your face. Just slap it right on there. I've been thinking about that kind of thing. Slapping a smile on your face this morning. I posted last night for you guys that picture of Woody Guthrie's guitar because I was thinking about interpretation. Hang on, there's a dove flying around over here. Right above my bedroom door, there's a nest. And yeah, there's a mama dove, I guess, sitting on the eggs, or daddy dove. I don't know how dove culture works. And then the other dove is a little further away, and I think they're not too crazy about me out here making noise. Sorry, guys, I won't be long. Just talking to the FOB. If they attack me during the video, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Anyway, I posted that thing with you guys last night about Woody Guthrie's guitar and the original lyrics to the poem, This Land Is Your Land. And I think if you go back in my Facebook chronicles, back when I was just like taking requests for songs, this was kind of before I started doing beer and songs, and I would just record myself doing a tune and then just put it up, like I've done a few times on here, and I've done I still do it on Facebook occasionally. And I wanted to sing those political verses. I'm not going to do it here today. Maybe another time, just for you guys. We'll do the entire song together, and we can all sing it. And that post was about misinterpreting art and culture, and about how maybe I say jokes that people misinterpret. I know I've offended people from time to time. Even though I don't think of myself as a very offensive performer, I know that there have been times when people have just not liked what I was doing, what I was putting out there. And when you do a lot of jokes and you improvise a lot of jokes, you gotta be careful, because you can step over those lines sometimes into that weird territory. Now, for me, I'm lucky. As I said, it hasn't really happened a lot, but every now and then. And that's kind of why I wanted to do that post last night, talking about the misinterpretation of the Bruce Springsteen song "Born in the USA." It's often seen as this rah-rah moment of sort of nationalistic jingoism. In reality, it's kind of a calling to the mat, the nation, and its treating of the less fortunate folks, and especially returning Vietnam veterans. That entire album, if you're a Springsteen fan, you know what I'm talking about, was about that very subject. And so that was last night. And then this morning, I'm getting ready to get up. These days, it takes motivation to get up a little more. I used to kind of get out of bed pretty early, 8, 7:30, sometimes 7. Kid had to get to the bus 6:50, and if it was my turn to drive her, of course, I was up at 6:20. These days, sleeping in a little more. These days, waiting for that motivation to get out of bed. Every day, motivating to get out of bed. Every day, waking up, thinking about what can I do today to help myself, other people, my family. What do I have to do today? And I thought about that. And this morning, I was not in the mood. I didn't want to do this. I thought, you know what? I hope the FOB will forgive me. I'm going to skip a morning coffee. I never said I was going to do this every morning anyway, right? So I was like, they'll understand. I'll just take a day off. I'll just take a shower, mope around the house. I got a doctor's appointment later. It's nothing serious, just a scheduled physical that apparently I'm still scheduled for. So they haven't canceled it. I'm going to go because might as well stay up on that kind of thing these days. Wasn't motivated to come out here and sit in the backyard with you guys. Not your fault. I think you guys are great. Right now, you're my favorite people. You know, people that are on here. All the FOBs. You're wonderful. Thank you so much. Gosh, I wish there were more of you, but I'm happy with, as of this morning, 117 of you. Thank you so very, very much for all your support. It was me. I didn't want to come out and have to put on the happy face. And I thought about that. And I thought, that's what I'm going to tell the FOB. That's what I'm going to mention to you guys. We're going to get back to going through my set beat by beat on a future morning coffee. But on this morning coffee, just briefly, I want to talk about that show must go on mentality that all of us as performers have or should have. There was a time that I maybe wasn't as popular in my business, and I would blow off a show if the weather was inclement and there was only a few people in the audience, and I'd find an excuse to skip it. Not long. I wasn't known for that, but I certainly would be very happy not to do a show. And then there's now where I never want to have to skip a show, ever, if I don't have to. But there are still times when you're just not up for it. Your mind, your headspace is not up for it. You know? You're backstage, you're feeling exhausted, you're at a gig, it's the second day of the gig, you're on show number 8, it's been 90 degrees, relative humidity of whatever. Hope you can hear the gardeners nearby, hope that's not bothering you guys. And you don't want to go out. You're exhausted. There's nothing left in the tank. You're trying to eat healthy. You're trying to eat your energy bars, your boost drinks, your 5-hour energy drinks. Everybody I know has a little trick backstage, something they're doing to try to get themselves enough energy to get out there. But there are times when you just don't want to do it. And you still find that something inside you to go. It's different every time. It's not always the same. For me, generally, it's just that first step out the door. That beat I was talking to you guys yesterday about. That first time the audience sees me walk out, dropping down a basket of props. And a few people clap. People go, yay. And that's nice. Kids down front playing. And that one little instinct, that one little inkling of connection, I guess, is what it is. It's walking out, setting down a basket, having one person right over here in your periphery go, all right, here he is. That's why I came today, or something like that. And it's nice. And suddenly the tank that was empty fills up. And you can do it. This morning I didn't want to come out here. It's like this these days. It is a roller coaster. It is a roller coaster. This morning I was down here. I thought, I'm not going to go. I'll just skip doing this. Then I came out, turned on the camera here on the laptop, and I'm going to tell you guys, I'm already here. Even though I'm not live, even though you guys can't interact with me live right now, I feel a little better because I did come out. So when I don't feel motivated to do a show, I'm tired, not in the mood, I'm a little downtrodden for any number of reasons, well, I can't be. I got to go out there. I got to do the job. There was one time I was at a gig in Georgia, and I had strep throat. It hadn't been diagnosed at that point, but like a day later, I went to a local clinic, and pretty much it was strep throat. So I was in the early days of it, and I told a friend of mine who was camping near me, could you please tell the director of the fair, I have this thing, I can't go out there today. And she did for me. And I laid there. I heard in the distance the event starting, cannon fire, bagpipes, footfalls, trotting around, the trumpets, the audience is cheering, laughing. The early moments of an event, of a fair. And I'm laying there. And I'm taking count of myself, going, okay, what could I do? Because I can't just lay here anymore. That sound was enough. The knowing that right now a couple thousand people had just come in, and it was like 10:20 or 10:30. My first show was probably at 11:30 or something. I had time to make it to my first show if I chose to at that moment. And just like this morning, I did. I figured I can't talk, but I'll figure something out. So I got my stuff together, got my costume on, headed over to my stage, saw, I believe, the director on the way there. Yes, I think I saw her on the way there. I'm not sure if I did. She did get the message. She was surprised to see me. I said, I'm going to do my best. I can't guarantee anything. And she said, I understand. Thank you so much. You know, I was making arrangements to move people around to cover your stage times. And got all my gear together. And I did my show mute. Not talking. What's often referred to as a mime show, which is incorrect. I can give you guys any kind of inside knowledge of the variety world. Someone who doesn't talk but handles props is not a mime. That's a mute performer, a clown performer. They do it with facial expressions, lots of thought, lots of big, broad ideas for the different beats of their show. So in other words, I had to change gears very quick because my style, of course, is lots of tiny, little, complex ideas to build the show. That's just the way I am, because I talk. And it worked. I got through the day. It's a Sunday, I think. I learned that the audience listens more when you're mute, which was odd. When I talk, even to this day, there's always still little conversations here and there, always. But as soon as you shut up, and it's all just in the face, and in the body language, and one raised eyebrow, for some reason the audience is like, ooh, and they focus. And at that moment, I'll be honest with you, at the end of the day, it went all right. And I thought, maybe I'll start doing mute shows. A lot of you know I perform a lot with Mooney the Magnificent. He's a mute performer, although he does talk a lot these days, and he'll admit that if he were here. But essentially, he's a mute performer, as are other performers that you may know or don't know. A lot of performers I know. So, but anyway, I stuck with talking. It's what I'm good at. I'm good at the big shows with all the tiny little ideas and complex overlayered jokes and thoughts to make the show work that I can't just do with a raised eyebrow. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about this morning, about getting up and just going. You know, what's the old phrase? Fake it till you make it. You know, this is a tough time for a lot of us performers, and we don't know what's happening next. So I get up, I find a reason to talk to somebody, a reason to smile, a reason to communicate a thought with you guys, and a reason to say good morning. And one of my lucky Disney cups. We're back to Minnie today because Goofy is in the wash. So let's wrap up with the usual stuff. Thank you again for being an FOP. If you have a friend in your family who knows who I am as well, so it's an easy sell, of course, please have them be a patron as well, if they can. You guys know that by now. I shouldn't have to always say, if you can. You guys know. If you can't, then don't. If you can, though, get another patron involved, please do so. If you can raise your level of support, please do so. If you have other performers and other artists and other merchants that are out there that could use your support in this difficult time for an entire business, please do so. A lot of you guys know that by now, and I'll put the link here in the feed in case you guys don't. Maybe some of you don't. I run a shop with my wife called the Pharmacy Day Invention. This is my own little personal tube of one of my favorite products. I love the name Good Funk. This is one I travel with. This is my travel size one. We make larger ones, but this is the little travel one that I can get through TSA because it's less than 3 ounces or something. Bergamot, juniper, cedarwood, and spruce. I believe that was the fragrant note that I helped come up with. And last night I learned how these were made because I'd never seen them made before. My wife makes them, and I just put on labels and put them in mailers and send them out. So I'll put a link with this video over to the shop. Get something over there if you can. Plenty of soaps, plenty of lipstick samples if you want some lipstick samples, and then we make a custom lipstick color exactly to your specifications. Lotions, soaps, of course the Good Funk, facial serums, hair serums, all kinds of wonderful things to make you look and smell good. Don't forget tomorrow night, Wednesday night at 5 o'clock over on Facebook, 5 o'clock Pacific time, so do the math there. We're going to do another Beer and Songs. We did one last week, went on for about an hour and 45, I think. This week I'm just going to go as long as I feel like it. I think we're going to get a bigger turnout, so maybe I'll just go on and on. And tomorrow, before that, at maybe 3 in the afternoon, I hope I don't forget this, I'm going to try to remember to put a link up for you guys to make song requests. Only the patrons, only the FOBs. And I'll take maybe the first 2 that respond. I can't obviously make all the requested songs about just you guys because I'm doing it over on Facebook, and I have to have those folks get some requests in as well. So think of a song you want me to do, hopefully one I've heard of. You know how it works. You've all seen it. I look it up on the old musical app here on my phone, and then I play it for the first time live in front of however many people are watching me on the internet. So that'll be up hopefully tomorrow. All right, so I've gone for a while. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Put on a smile. Take that first step out on stage. Wait for a little bit of interaction from the audience. Figure out how you can do your show without talking. Take that step to the next beat, and then see what happens there. And then the next beat, and then the next beat. And before you know it, you're at the end of the show. You're smiling. You're thanking your audience, and you're saying, see you down the road.